Guys, please confirm to me. All of you are getting my voice on screen. Those are attending in online. Guys, please confirm to me. All of you are getting my voice on screen. Those who are attending in online. Guys, please confirm to me. All of you are getting my voice on screen. Those who are attending in online. Right. Good morning, guys. And check it what we completed in the last session. I think so. We are discussing about the differences between Java and others. The topic here we are discussing there. In the differences between Java and others, almost all 8 number of differences we completed. The last one is remaining. That last one is like what there, that memory allocations in both the programming languages. Only this part is remaining here. Almost all everything we completed. Now tell me, just I'm asking one question to you. Now try to answer for it. Overall, 8 number of differences we completed in the differences between Java and others. Tell me what is the first one? C and C++ are static programming languages, but Java is what? Dynamic programming language. Next one. Second one is what? Preprocessor is required in C and C++, but preprocessor is not required in Java. Next one. Third one is what? C and C++ are platform dependent programming languages, but Java is platform independent programming language. Next one is what? Pointers required in C and C++, but pointers are not possible in Java. Next one is multiple inheritance is not possible in Java. Next one is destructors are required in C++, but destructors are not required in Java. After that, C and C++ are following call by value, call by reference parameter passing mechanisms, but Java is following only call by value parameter passing mechanism. Next one is what? After that, operator overloading is not possible in Java. So these are overall 8 number of differences here we understood. So the last one here we are understanding is like what? In a C and C++, integers will take 2 bytes of memory, characters will take 1 byte of memory. But in Java, integers will take 4 bytes of memory and characters will take 2 bytes of memory. This is the difference. Good. Now, observe carefully, all of you know. Okay, memory allocations are available as it is, as per the title, as per the point what I've given. It's okay, nice. But apart from that, I'm giving one conclusion. Try to understand the conclusion now. Listen, first of all, understand the point what I'm telling to you now. In C and C++, in C and C++, memory allocation for the primitive data types is not fixed. It is variable and it is dependent on, it is what? It is dependent on the operating system which we used. That's it. Understand it here? What is the point I'm telling to you know? In a C and C++, memory allocation for the primitive data types is not fixed. It is a variable. It is dependent on the operating system which we used. By this also we can understand C and C++ are dependent on the operating system or not. So C and C++ are platform dependent programming languages or not? Am I right or not? We can understand it. These are like what they're platform dependent programming language. Okay, fine. But in Java, understand it clearly. In Java, memory allocation for the primitive data types is fixed. In Java, memory allocation for the primitive data types is fixed irrespective of the operating system which we used. Now tell me what's the point here I'm telling to you. In Java, memory allocation for the primitive data types is fixed irrespective of the operating system which we used. Now tell me, Java is dependent on the operating system or independent of the operating system? Tell me, is it dependent or independent? Independent. So can I conclude that, I want to conclude that Java is a platform independent programming language. Even this is also be another reason why Java is what their platform independent programming language. Clear? All of you are getting clarity up to know. What's the point I said to you? In the C and C++, memory allocation for the primitive data types is not fixed. It is variable. It is dependent on the operating system which we use. But in Java, memory allocation for the primitive data types is a fixed irrespective of the operating system which we use. First of all, tell me what is this primitive data? Primitive data types, primitive data, what is it actually? Byte, short, int, long, float, double, boolean, character. All these are what they're primitive data types. All right. Okay. In Java, it is a fixed. Memory allocation is fixed. Tell me how much is the memory allocation for each and every data type in the case of Java? If you observe this, I'm going to give clarity for byte data type. For byte data type, 1 byte. All of you observe carefully. For byte data type, 1 byte. For short data type, 2 bytes of memory. For int data type, it will be like what there, 4 bytes of memory. For long data type, it should be like what there, 8 bytes of memory. For float data type, again now 4 bytes of memory. For double data type, for double data type, for double data type, 8 bytes of memory. Observe carefully. For char data type, for char data type, 2 bytes of memory. For Boolean data type, only 1 bit, not even byte, 1 bit. No, sir. All of you are getting my point or not? So these are overall memory allocations for the primitive data types in Java, which are fixed. We can use maybe Linux, we can use maybe Windows, we can use maybe Solaris, we can use any of the operating systems. But memory allocation for the primitive data types is fixed. Yes, sir. All of you are getting my point or not? Clear. Okay, fine. Then immediately we are getting a question. We have a question now. What is that question? Understand that question now. Everybody, put more concentration. What is my question here? Listen carefully. In C and C++, in C and C++, 1 byte of memory is sufficient. In C and C++, 1 byte of memory is sufficient to store characters data. How much memory is sufficient? No, 1 byte of memory is sufficient to store characters data. Then what is the requirement What is the requirement of Java to assign 2 bytes of memory for characters? That's the question now. In C and C++, 1 byte of memory is sufficient to store characters data. Then what is the requirement of Java to assign 2 bytes of memory for characters? This is the question here we have to understand. That's it. Now here, what we have to do now for this, what is the answer for this now? I'm going to give some answers to you now, try to understand. First of all of you understand the question? Are you getting my question? What is the question here? In a C and C++, 1 byte of memory is sufficient to store characters data. Then what is the requirement of Java to assign 2 bytes of memory for characters? Why Java is providing 2 bytes of memory for characters? Now, observe carefully. Listen, put more concentration. In C and C++, in C and C++, all characters are represented in the form of ASCII values. In C and C++, all characters are represented in the form of ASCII values. Here, to represent any ASCII value, we must assign 1 byte of memory. Or else, in other words, what I am telling here, to represent ASCII value, 1 byte of memory is sufficient. 1 byte of memory is sufficient. Got it or not? But in Java, what happened here? No, all of you observe carefully. But in Java, all the characters are represented. All the characters are represented in the form of Unicode values, unique codes. In C and C++, all characters are represented in the form of like what their ASCII values. But in the case of Java, all characters are represented in the form of like what their Unicode values. Sir, all of you are getting it or not? In the form of what their Unicode values. Here to represent any Unicode value, here to represent any Unicode value, we have to use 2 bytes of memory. Here to represent any Unicode value, how much memory is required now? 2 bytes of memory. So because of that reason, Java must assign 2 bytes of memory to represent characters, whereas in the case of C and C++, 1 byte of memory is sufficient to represent characters. This is the reason why in C and C++, 1 byte of memory for characters, in Java, 2 bytes of memory for characters. Why? Because what is the reason for it now? In C and C++, memory will be represented, like characters are represented in the form of what their ASCII values. To represent ASCII value, 1 byte of memory is sufficient. But in the case of Java, all the characters are represented in the form of what? Unicode values. To represent Unicode values, 2 bytes of memory is required. But how to provide Unicode values? How it is going on? Everything is going on internally. Developer is not required to think about it. Even developers are not going to provide any Unicode value explicitly. Just forget about Unicode values from this point onwards. But internally, representation is going on with Unicode values. We are not going to use Unicode values explicitly. Yes, sir. All of you are following or not? Fine. Then immediately we are getting one more interview question now. If we give this much of answer here, we are getting one more interview question. What is that question here? All of you observe carefully. What is Unicode and what is its requirement in Java? What is Unicode and what is its requirement in Java? This is another question. Here we have to provide answer for it. All of you observe carefully. What is this Unicode? What is its requirement in Java? All of you understand it clearly. Unicode is one of the, observe carefully, Unicode is one of the character representation. Unicode is one of the character representation. Yes, sir. All of you get my point or not? Unicode is one of the character representation. Okay, what is its speciality? As a character representation is okay. Unicode is one of the character representation, but what is its speciality? It is able to, listen carefully. It is able to represent all the alphabet, from all the natural languages. Unicode is one of the character representation. It is able to represent all the alphabet from all the natural languages. Like what are the various natural languages? No, first one is what there English. Next one is what there Hindi. That means languages maybe Hindi. Next one is what there Italian. Next one is what there Japanese. For example, Japanese and Chinese and so on and so on and so on. All these languages are what they're natural languages only. Each and every natural language has its own alphabet to represent all the alphabet from all the natural languages. To represent all the alphabet from all the natural languages, we have to use Unicode representations. We need to go with what their Unicode representations. It is not possible with ASCII values. It is possible with only Unicode values, Unicode representations. Yes, sir. All of you are following or not? So this is what exactly the purpose of like what their Unicode values. Whatever the languages which are having some script, that all the languages are represented in the form of like what their Unicode values. There's a capability of the Unicode. So what is the advantage of this? What we are able to get as an advantage from the representation of all the alphabet from all the natural languages. Now that point here I'm telling to you, observe carefully. And it is providing, very good, internationalization support in Java applications. And it is providing very good internationalization support in Java applications. In a short, we can call it as like what there I18N. In short, we are calling it as like what there I18N. Internationalization support. I18N. Okay, then immediately we are getting a question. What is that question here? What is internationalization? What is its requirement in Java? But first of all, understand this question here. What is the question here I've asked here? What is Unicode and what is its requirement in Java? Then your answer is what there? What is your answer here? Unicode is one of the character representations. It is able to represent all the alphabet from all the natural languages like English, Hindi, Italian, Japanese, Chinese, and so on. And it is providing a very good internationalization support in Java applications. That's it. Then what is that internationalization support here? Here we have to understand what is internationalization. In very first class, in the explanation of the demo, I given some content here. But again, here I'm telling to you, now try to understand it clearly. What is internationalization? Nothing, sir. Very simple. I'm giving answer for you, now try to understand it clearly. For example, listen carefully. For example, I have a product. That product is providing services in English. Every Indian can understand English, can use my product. Okay, no problem. But unfortunately, I found some customers from other countries, not from India. Say, for example, Japan customers are identified. What Japan customers are requested to me? we don't know English, we are not understanding English, but your product services are available in English only. So can you please provide your product services in a Japanese language? So we can understand easily, we are able to use your product. Then what should I do? Can I prepare again a separate project with respect to the Japanese language? No. Okay, if I prepare a separate project with respect to Japan or Japanese clients now, in the next day, I found a customer from Germans. They're very much they're very much passionate on their own local language, that is German language. They don't like English. They are not aware about English. Again, they may ask to me, we are using your product, but unfortunately, your product is providing services in English, but we are expecting your product services in German language. Please provide that services in German language. Can I prepare again another application with respect to German language? If I'm trying to prepare a separate project for each and every language, how many projects I have to prepare for the same? Thousands of languages are available throughout the world. How I can prepare that? No. But what is the solution here? Solution is very simple. Solution is very simple. What is the solution here? I have to prepare only one application. I have to prepare only one application. But that application has to provide services in Japanese language for Japan clients. Same application has to provide the services in German language for German clients. Same application has to provide services in Italian language for Italian clients. The client may be from any country, that doesn't matter, but our application has to provide services in the locality as per the customer locality. If we provide this support in our application, that support is called as what? Internationalization support. That support is called as what there? Internationalization support. Everybody understand my point here? Think a minute about it. If you want to provide services in Japanese language, no, in our project, Japanese alphabets we have to represent or not? If we want to provide services, our product services in a German language, the German language alphabets we have to represent in our project or not? If we want to provide services in Italian language, Italian letters must be represented in the form of Java programming or not? But all the natural languages alphabets here we have to represent or not? To represent all the natural languages alphabets, we need to use Unicode values. We need to use only what their Unicode values. Otherwise, it is not possible. Because of that reason only, here we required what their Unicode representations. Unicode values here we have to use clearly. Yes, sir. All of you are getting it or not clearly? No? This is the meaning of like what their Unicode representation, and this is the meaning of like what their internationalization. Simple. In a simplified way, I want to provide now preparing Java applications as per the local users conventions. Preparing Java applications as per the local user conventions is called internationalization. Preparing Java applications as per the local users conventions is called what? Internationalization. That's it, sir. Now this is what exactly the point here I'm discussing with you about the last step now. Now first of all, now tell me what exactly the point here we are understanding there. What the point here we understood here. Now tell me here. Ninth difference is what there? In a C and C++, integers will take 2 bytes of memory, characters will take 1 byte of memory. But in Java, integers will take 4 bytes of memory and characters will take 2 bytes of memory. That is a difference now. But what is the conclusion here I've given there? Now tell me, in a C and C++, memory allocation for the primitive data types is not fixed. It is variable and it is dependent on the operating system which we used. But in Java, memory allocation for the primitive data types is fixed irrespective of the operating system which we used. Here, what are the various memory quotations here I've given there? Byte, 1 byte of memory, short, 2 bytes of memory, int 4 bytes of memory, long 8 bytes, float 8 bytes, double 8 bytes, char 2 bytes, boolean 1 bit. In C and C++, 1 byte of memory is sufficient to store characters data. Then what is the requirement of Java to assign 2 bytes of memory for characters? Now what is the answer for this one? In C and C++, all characters are represented in the form of ASCII values. Here to represent any ASCII value, 1 byte of memory is sufficient. But in Java, all the characters are represented in the form of Unicode. Here to represent any Unicode value, we have to use 2 bytes of memory. What is Unicode and what is its requirement in Java? Unicode is one of the character representations. It is able to represent all the alphabet from all the natural languages like English, Hindi, Italian, Japanese, Chinese, and so on. And it is providing very good support, very good internationalization support in Java applications. Internationalization in short, we can use what there? I18N. What is this I18N actually? In the word internationalization, starting symbol is what there? I. Ending symbol is what there? N. Between I and N, 18 symbols are available. Between I and N, between starting and ending symbols, overall, what are the symbols? How many symbols are available? 18 symbols are available. That's why we used to say I18N, I18N in the sense internationalization. Is that good or not? Okay, fine now. What is internationalization actually? Preparing Java applications as per the local users conventions is called internationalization. Best example for internationalization I am doing there, I am telling to you, already Google is already following internationalization. Now tell me, if you observe at bottom here, what we are getting there now, tell me, all languages are available or not? Now we are in India. Maximum, majority of the Indian local languages here we are getting. This is what their Hindi. If we click on it, automatically that entire page will come in what language? No, Hindi language. If I click on something else like what there? Marathi. That entire page will come in the form of like what there? Marathi. If we click on this one here we are able to get that entire page in Kannada. If we click on Telugu, that entire page will come under like what there? Telugu. Understand my point here? But finally here we are going to use like what there? English. Now Google is already maintaining what there? Internationalization. Now tell me, because of this internationalization, all local users are also using this Google support, Google services or not? At each and every part of the earth that people can use Google or not? So this is an advantage of like what there? Internationalization. Let's leave this part here. So this is totally the differences between Java and others. With these differences, at least if anybody else is asking a question to you, tell me something about Java. Why Java is it different from C and C++? If you are getting this question, there we have to give answer properly like what there, all the differences now. Minimum 1 hour we can speak now. With these differences now, minimum 1 hour we are able to speak. So we are getting our required content clearly. Right, sir. Leave this punch here. After completion of these differences between Java and others, next one is Java features. Next topic is what there? Java features. Observe carefully. What next one here? Java features. All right, sir. Now observe carefully. Java features. Clear? Understand it now? For example, listen carefully. I want to buy a mobile phone. That's my requirement. I want to buy a mobile phone. Okay. 1 minute. Right, sir. Now I want to take a new mobile phone. Can you tell me? Right, sir. Now tell me here. What mobile phone is a good mobile phone nowadays? No, at present in outside. I think you are very good at mobile phones, right? You are using continuously mobile phones, even at midnight also. WhatsApp. If you open the status there, online only. No? Uh, for what purpose, sir? For learning Java, right? I know that. Fine. Learning Java at midnight is perfectly you can understand, no? Okay, fine. Whatever it may be, you are well aware about mobile phones, right? Now tell me, what mobile phone is a good mobile phone nowadays? No, so don't mind with it. Go for Apple iPhone. It's okay. That's a good one. Always it is a good one. Just leave it. Not required. Apart from that, so OnePlus is the next level is what there. OnePlus. Then after that, next one is what there. Oppo or maybe Vivo or maybe some other. Almost all. Except next one, Samsung is also okay. Except Samsung, except like what their Apple iPhone, all mobile phones are coming from China only, maximum. Okay, whatever it may be, there are also good mobile phones. And I've seen the taste of OnePlus. It's very good. The fastness is very good. Now OnePlus, Cholo, they are planning to release there with almost a 24 GB RAM, 1 TB ROM. Yeah, already Apple iPhone people wants to release the mobile phone with the 1 TB. Already it is there in 1 TB, 1 TB ROM, hard disk. Okay, fine. Anyway, I want to take, for example, Apple mobile. Sorry, not Apple. I want to take OnePlus mobile. OnePlus 11 series is going on at present. No, OnePlus 11R. I want to take it 11R or maybe or some 11 something else that I want to take. I don't know anything about that OnePlus. Just only brand name I know. Only that brand name and series name I know. But I want to take that mobile phone. I'll go to some mobile shop. I'll go to mobile shop. I'll ask. Might be some representatives are available. I'll ask to them, I want to take this OnePlus mobile phone. Can you give some information about it? Then what that mobile shop representative is able to provide data, what details he is able to provide. Within 5 minutes, he is able to speak the total details about the mobile phone or not. What details in general he is able to provide. This mobile phone is having warranty, for example, 1 year of warranty. Okay, any scratches or anything else, might be any display problems there, we can replace it, warranty. Next one is this mobile phone has the operating system is like what there, oxygen operating system. Oxygen, maybe what is the version here? 13.1. Okay, good. Next one. This mobile phone has a dual SIM support. Both are micro SIMs only. Okay, good. Leave it. After this mobile phone has the memory. How much is the memory here? No, 16 GB is there. In OnePlus 10T, I think so. 16 GB is the max. In OnePlus 12, they're planning to release with the 24 GB. But whether it is coming to India or not, we don't know. Okay. Next one is what after that? RAM maybe 256 or 128 or 512 like this. Some GB RAM is available. It's okay, fine. And this mobile phone is having some refresh rate and 14,000 hexa, something else. Some measurements are going on. Like this, he able to give information about that mobile phone within 5 minutes. Really, I have not seen the taste of that mobile phone. I have not used that mobile phone, but I got some details about that mobile phone within 5 minutes of time. Yes, sir. Got it or not? Similarly, if you want to know about Java within 5 minutes of time, if you want to get the nature of the Java within 5 minutes of time, within few minutes of time, then we have to go for what their Java features. This topic is like what? The trailer part for the movies. Movie trailer release is available. In the trailer, how much is the duration for the trailer? No, maybe 1 minute, 1.5 minute, or 2 minutes max. 2 minutes, 1.5 minute or 1 minute max. But within 1 minute or 1.5 minute, bit by bit, the trailer is available or not. It represents the nature of the movie or not. Automatically, audience are getting some kind of expectations on that movie by seeing the trailer or not. Understand? Similarly, but really, people are not watching that movie. They are not yet watched that movie. They are in the trailer part now. Similarly, trailer for Java is what their Java features. Still, we have not started Java, but now we are going to understand what is Java. If you are getting question, what is Java? At least I have to give some features of this Java. So there we have to go for what their Java features. Another point is like what? To represent or to describe the Java programming language, to describe the nature of Java programming language. Nature of Java programming language, Java has provided the following features. Java features. What are the various features now? Remember carefully, half of the features you already aware. Remaining half of the features only here we have to understand. In the differences between Java and others, already half of the features we aware, already we covered that. Remaining them here we are going to understand. First of all, let us understand it. The very first one is what there, simple programming language. The very first one is what there, simple programming language. Second one is what there, object oriented programming language. Next one is what there, platform independent programming language. Next one is what there, architectural neutral programming language. Architectural neutral programming language. Next one is like what there, portable programming language. Next one is what there, robust programming language. Next one is what there, dynamic programming language. Next one is a secure programming language. After this secure programming language, next one is like what there, multi-threaded programming language. After this multi-threaded programming language, next one is distributed programming language. After this, interpreted programming language. Interpretive programming language or interpreted programming language. Other same. Next one is what there, high performance programming language. These are overall features of this Java. What is Java in a nutshell or in a simple 2 minutes of time? If you want to know, here the points are like what there. Java is what there? Simple. Java is an object oriented programming language. Java is platform independent programming language. Java is an architectural neutral programming language. Java is a portable, robust, dynamic, secure, multi-threaded, distributed, interpretive, and high performance. Out of all these things, already we are aware up to like what there, up to this part here, up to dynamic we are aware. Of course, I'll discuss about robust. Except this robust and up to dynamic here we understood. So I want to give information about each and every content clearly. That's it. Now observe carefully, all of you know. First one is what there, simple programming language. How can we understand Java is a simple programming language? I want to give some reasons to you. Now try to understand it clearly. Java is a simple programming language. Why? Because reasons I'm telling to you, observe carefully. Reason number one, Java applications are able to take less memory and less execution time. When compared with C and C++, Java applications are able to take less memory, less execution time. Java has removed already all the confusion oriented features like Java has removed already all the confusion oriented features like what are the confusion oriented features? No, pointers. Next one is what there, multiple inheritance, and so on and so on and so on, some other features. For what purpose Java has removed all the confusion oriented features? No, to make Java as what, a simple programming language. Next one is after that, third one is like what there, Java is using all the simplified syntaxes. Simplified syntaxes, no complex syntaxes now. Every syntax inside the Java is what there is a simple syntax, very simplified syntaxes. So because of that reason, we can conclude Java is what there, a simple programming language. So all of you are following or not? This is point number one. Here we have to understand. Next one is after this, after completion of this one, another one is what there, object oriented programming language. Java is what there, an object oriented programming language. Observe carefully. How can you say this point here? Already you are aware about this point now. Java is an object oriented programming language. Java is an object oriented programming language. Why? Because tell me, Java is able to allow to represent data in the form of, come on, in the form of what? In the form of objects as per the, in the form of objects as per the object oriented features. Object oriented features. That's it. Because of this reason, we can understand Java is like what their object oriented programming language. Java is an object oriented programming language because Java is able to represent data in the form of objects as per the object oriented features. Leave this point here. Now here, what next one here apart from this? Platform independent programming language. Very simple. Already we are aware about this punch here. Tell me, sir, what is this actually? Platform independent programming language. First of all, tell me what is platform dependent programming language? Same operating system for compilation and for execution. But what is platform independent programming language? Different operating systems for compilation and execution. So now here we have to understand that platform independent. Right, sir. Java is a platform independent programming language. Why? Because what is the reason for it? Now tell me. Java allows its applications to perform compilation is on to perform compilation on one operating system and execution is on what there another operating system and execution is on another operating system. So because of this reason, now Java is like what their platform independent programming language. Right, sir. What about the next one here? After completion of this, architectural neutral programming language. Architectural neutral programming language. What is the meaning of this architectural neutral programming language? All of you observe carefully. Java is an architectural neutral programming language. Observe carefully. Why? Because what is the reason for it? In the very first class, I explained that, but again, I'm telling to you. Operating system independent, platform independent in the sense for compilation and execution, we have to use two different operating systems. But now architectural neutral in the sense for compilation, we have to use one hardware system. For execution, we are going to use what there another hardware system. Everybody understand my point here? Platform independent in the sense operating system independence. Architectural neutral in the sense hardware independent. Hardware independence. Architecture is nothing but hardware architecture only. Understand my point here? So Java is an architectural neutral programming language. Why? Because Java allows its applications to perform compilation is on one hardware architecture and execution is on another hardware architecture. Compilation is on one hardware architecture and execution is on what there another hardware architecture. So Java is like what there architectural neutral programming language. Right. Now all of you observe carefully. Next one here, portable programming language. What about this portable? It's also simple. Now try to understand it. For example, listen, all of you know, almost 10 years back, I have taken a mobile phone. For that, I have taken a SIM card from Idea. 10 years back, Idea communications is very good. When compared with Airtel, Idea is very good. Idea is getting very good demand there by the time of taking my SIM card. So I've taken it. Listen, all of you listen carefully. How I've taken that SIM card? No. How I taken my mobile number care? Fancy number I've taken. Fancy number. All sevens I've taken. How much cost I provided for this? To get that all sevens, almost 1.5 lakh I've given. If you want to get all sevens, here we have to put that much of amount. Is a very much demanded number. All sevens, 1.5 lakh I've given. So they have submitted, they have given all seven numbers. Okay, fancy number I've taken. By the time idea is very good. Now at present, 5G internet is going on in outside. Unfortunately, idea is not in providing 5G support, very good 5G support. Am I right or not? Idea is not providing 5G support. But what I have to do? I want to have 5G support. My mobile is okay, 5G enabled mobile only, but the network is not providing 5G. But I want to use that 5G network supported content. So what I have to do? Who are providing 5G support perfectly now? Airtel and Jio both are providing this is a 5G network properly. Am I right or not? But my network is what their idea. But 5G is not provided by idea. 5G is provided by Jio or maybe Airtel. So what I have to do? I have to change my network provider or not? Network provider, if you want to change in the sense, two approaches are available. Approach number one, go to Airtel showroom and try to get another new SIM card. New SIM card in the sense, new number. But my number is a fancy number. My number is a fancy number. I don't want to lose my number. All sevens number I want to use. But internally, I want to change my network provider from Idea to Airtel. That's my requirement. Number is same, but I have to change the network provider from Idea to Airtel. So what I have to do? Exactly. That option is available or not? Without changing the number, internally we can change our network provider. What is that option? That option name is what? Number porting. What is it? Number porting. That means numbers are portable. Mobile numbers are what? They're portable. They can work with any network. They can work with any network. Similarly, Java is a portable programming language. It allows its applications to run under all the operating systems. Without changing the Java program, we can switch from one operating system to another operating system, one hardware system to another hardware system without changing anything in our Java program. So this nature of the Java is called as like what there portable. So now I'm giving clarity. Java is a portable programming language. Java is a portable programming language. It is able to allow to execute Java applications. It's able to allow to execute Java applications under all the operating systems and under all the hardware systems. Under all the hardware system. Here we can change. Here we can change the operating system and hardware system. We can change the operating system and hardware system without having any effect, without having any effect in the Java applications or without having modifications, without having any modifications in Java applications, without having modifications in Java applications. That's it. This is the meaning of like what they're portable. Java application is portable from one operating system to another operating system or one hardware system to another hardware system. Okay, sir, leave this one. Next one. What is that next one here? We have to understand now robust programming language. Right. Before going to understand whether Java is robust or not, before that, first of all, we have to understand when a programming language is a robust programming language. When a programming language is a robust programming language, that point here we have to understand. Right. Now let's see this one here. All of you observe carefully. If any programming language is very good at memory management and exception handling mechanisms, if any programming language is very good at memory management system, very good at exception handling mechanisms, then that programming language is a robust programming language. Tell me, sir, what is the meaning of robust programming language? If any programming language is very good at memory management system and exception handling, then that programming language is what there? Robust programming language. All right, sir. Now I want to give some points to you. Now try to understand it clearly. Java is a robust programming language. Why? Because point number one, Java is using heap memory management system. As a memory management system, Java is using what their heap memory management system. What is this heap memory management system actually? It is a dynamic memory management system. Yes, sir. Heap memory management system is what there is a dynamic memory management system. What is the advantage of dynamic memory management system? It allocates and deallocates memory for the objects at runtime as per the requirement. As per the requirement. Tell me, what is the point here I'm telling to you? Java is using heap memory management system. It is a dynamic memory management system. It allocates and deallocates memory for the objects at runtime as per the requirement. Mr. Got or not? If you require the memory, then it is able to allocate the memory at runtime. If you don't require the memory, then it is not providing any memory allocation. Are get my point or not? So this is the meaning of like what there memory management system in Java. It's a very good memory management system in Java. That's the point number one. But the second one is what there exception handling. Java is very good at exception handling mechanisms. But first of all, understand it. What is an exception? What is the meaning of exception handling? All the points here we have to understand. That's it. Now I'm giving one example. Try to understand it clearly. All of you listen carefully. For example, so I went for a movie in a theater, just I'm watching the movie going on. In the middle of the movie, all of a sudden power failure was happened. Power failure was happened. Unfortunately, power backup system is also not available. Movie was stopped. The theater management has given information. No power, that means no power backup system, but power failure is happening here. So not possible to continue the movie. Tomorrow, come at the same time, the remaining part of the movie will be played. That means we terminated from theater in the middle of the movie or not? We terminated the theater from in the middle of the movie or not? This is called as abnormal termination. And here getting power failure, having power failure. This is like what their exception. So exception is runtime error. Exception is what their runtime error causes abnormal termination to the application. Tell me, sir, what is an exception here? No, exception is a runtime error causes abnormal termination to the applications. What is the meaning of abnormal termination? Terminating the program in the middle, terminating the application in the middle. That is called as what there? Abnormal termination. Yes, sir. All of you are getting my point or not? So this is exactly the meaning of what there? Exception. For example, in a theater, if power failure is going on continuously, how long you are going to provide the same movie again and again for the audience? No, it's not good idea. Then immediately they have to go for some handling mechanism. If you have any power failure problem, then immediately we have to go for what their handling mechanism. What is the handling mechanism? No, when power failure is going on frequently, they have to maintain their own power backup system, either maybe in the form of generator or in the form of inverter, whatever it may be. They have to maintain some power backup system. The moment when power failure is happening, within fraction of seconds, the power backup system must be activated. It has to supply that power to the theater. Maintaining one power backup system is the meaning of handling the problem, handling the exception. Sir, got it or not? Maintaining one power backup system is the meaning of handling what they're handling that exception. Similarly, in the case of Java applications also, whenever we are getting an exception, we should not provide abnormal termination. There we have to provide smooth termination by handling the exception. To handle that exceptions, Java has provided a set of predefined libraries. Predefined libraries are provided to handle the exceptions. That library is very, very good library. It is able to represent almost all the exceptions which are coming frequently, and it is able to represent all the exceptions, and it is able to handle all the exceptions which are coming frequently. That Java has a handling mechanisms. How Java is able to handle the exceptions now? By using throws keyword or by using try catch. Finally, by using these syntaxes now, it is able to handle all the exceptions which are available in Java. Now tell me, by seeing all the points now, we can conclude that exception handling is very good in the case of Java. Exception handling is very good in the case of Java. That we have to understand clearly. Now see this one, I'm giving that point also clearly. Java is having a very good exception handling mechanisms. Exception handling mechanisms. Why? Because Java is having a very good exception handling mechanisms. Why? Because what is the reason for it? No, why? Because Java has a very good predefined library to represent and handle almost all the exceptions which are coming frequently in Java applications. Java has a very good exception handling mechanisms. Why? Because Java has provided a very good predefined library to represent and handle almost all the exceptions which are coming frequently in the Java applications. Because of this very good memory management system, because of very good exception handling mechanisms, Java is what programming language? No, a robust programming language. That's it. This is one point here. Next one is like what there? What is that next feature here? Now tell me. Dynamic programming language. Already you are aware about this punch here. Now tell me what we are aware about it. No, Java is a dynamic programming language. Java is what there? A dynamic programming language. Got it or not? But how can you say this point here? Why? Because in Java applications, memory will be provided for the data at runtime only, not at compilation time. At runtime only, not at what their compilation time. Java is a dynamic programming language. Why? Because in Java applications, memory will be provided for the data at a runtime only, not at a compilation time here. Because of this reason here, we can conclude Java is what there? A dynamic programming language. Yes, sir. All of you are getting it or not? Right, sir. Next one is after this secure programming language. Secure programming language. Understand it clearly? Java is a secure programming language. Secure programming language. Java is a secure programming language. Why? Because, alright, why? Because Java is providing the following three levels of security in Java applications. What are the three levels of security now it is providing there? First one is like what there? Implicit security. First one is what there? Implicit security. Next one is what there? Web security. Third one is network security. That's it. Overall, how many levels of securities are available? Three levels of securities are available. What are the three levels of securities now? Implicit security, web security, and last one is what there? Network security. That's it. Now, understand it clearly. So Java is a secure programming language. Why? Because Java is providing three levels of security. What are the three levels of security? No, implicit security, web security, network security. How Java is providing implicit security? I'll give some point, try to understand it now. Who is executing Java programs? Come on, who is executing Java programs? JVM. JVM is executing Java programs. If you open the JVM, some components are available. Bytecode verifier, class loader, interpreter, JIT compiler, garbage collector, security manager. Last one is what there? Security manager. It will take care about the implicit security. When bytecode is processed, it will check bytecode is in properly formatted or not. Any harmful code is available or not inside the bytecode. It will be checked by that what there security manager, which is there inside the JVM. Right or not? So now okay, the point is what there Java is able to provide implicit security by having a component like a security manager internally inside the JVM. That is point number one. Here we have to understand. Right, sir. Next one is web security. What is the meaning of this web security actually? The meaning of web security is like what there authentication and authorization mechanisms. Authentication and authorization, web application security. Simple knowledge point of view. I'm discussing all the points here, but simply way we can understand. Java is a secure programming language when compared with other. But how it is internals, I'm telling that try to understand it now. All right, sir. Web security. If you think about it, authentication and authorization mechanisms. What is the meaning of authentication and authorization mechanisms? No. What you are thinking about authentication and authorization mechanisms here? Observe carefully. I'm going to give one example. All of you are having Gmail. Sir, am I right? Right. If you're not having Gmail, you are unfit to attend for my classes now. Really, I'm telling there. Why? Because I'm sharing these all videos of these classes through Gmail only, Google Drive only. So definitely is mandatory. If you're not having that, we must create it. I think nowadays nobody is available in the market without having Gmail ID. Am I right or not? Even without food we can survive. It's okay. But without YouTube, without WhatsApp, what next one here? Without Gmail, Insta. I think I didn't aware about it. Okay, fine. Insta. I think now Instagram is more popular than WhatsApp nowadays, right? But even messages also. I have one funny thing actually. Previously, I have done it in my office only. I have done it, but I got it. So few days back, I was at my office there in the front office only at Durgasoft front office only. Just casual, I sat there. On that day is a holiday actually. My admin people are doing processing. Okay, fine. What happened? One person might be our admin people are asking might be some course fee or something else. No, they have some conversation. Just I'm understanding that conversation what they're speaking there. But other person is what there. Then they're asking. Then send a 10,000 rupees. No, for the course fee. Okay, now give your phone pay number like that. Asked that other person there. Okay, our admin people are giving that phone number to him. So he transferred 10,000 rupees now. Then he said to us, I transferred 10,000 rupees no like this. Okay, then our admin people are seeing that what he sent there in a phone pay. Listen carefully. In a phone pay, there is an option for message. No, there he typed 10,000 and he sent that message. Understand it? No. Unfortunately, that message 10,000 is appeared in the history part. If we observe this on moment, no, we can understand. Okay, 10,000 is received there. But whenever we are getting a message like what there 10,000 received instantly, then only it is received. But where 10,000 messages appeared there, our admin people might be checked it now. Okay, 10,000 is coming there. But I'm observing that what is going on there. I understood that it's a message only. But my admin people also be saying that okay, sir, received 10,000. Are yaar, how they received there? Then I've taken that mobile phone. I checked it. No, it's not like this. It's not like what there. And not 10,000 there. It's only message. Then immediately I said to him, there's only message. No, not 10,000 rupees. Again, there asking that. Then immediately my admin people have asked that, okay, sir, it's okay, good. We understood that. Please send a transcript. Receipt. Transcript in the sense receipt. Try to send that receipt there. 10,000 rupees receipt. No. No, I don't want to send receipt there. Why? Because for message, who will provide receipt there? If really send money, then only you are able to get receipt. Am I right or not? So there, then they had some conversation. Finally, they understood that. He agreed that just I send message only, not like actual minute. Then after that, they send again. But intentional or unintentional, we don't know about it. But this funny situation was happened. Understand it clearly. Right, sir. Anyway, whatever it may be, that is not our context here. Now, web security is a point if you are thinking, no, authentication and authorization. If we go for any website, when we want to access that website, there what we are able to see, first of all, login page here we are getting or not? Username, password. If you are not having username and password in the bottom, we may have sign up process, register. If you click on it, registration form will open or not? Where we have to enter our data. Username and password we have to enter. After creating that username and password, again we have to go with the sign in. There in sign in, we have to provide like what there? Username and password. Then click on login button. Internally, your username and password will be checked. After that, your might be automatically your page will be open if it is right information there. This entire process is called as authentication. Checking whether the user is right user or not for our websites. That process is called as what there? Authentication. Good. Now tell me, in the website, some protected area is available or not? Some secure part is available or not? That part is not accessible to every user. But if you want to access that particular part, you require again special permissions. Again, we have to check that special permissions. That checking special permissions to access the secured area, there we required authorization. What is required there? Authorization. So in every web application, authentication and authorization both are required or not? In every application, authentication and authorization both are required or not? Right, exactly. That authentication and authorization is provided by Java effective way in the form of JAWS. JAS, JAWS. There is a middleware service. In the form of that middleware service, authentication and authorization services are provided effectively. Right or not? So, what is the point I'm telling there? Java is able to provide web security, by having a middleware service in the form of JAWS. What is that JAWS actually? Java authentication and authorization service. Because of this authentication and authorization service only, Java is providing very good web security. Right, sir. Then what next one here? Apart from this, now tell me network security. Observe carefully, all of you know. What about this network security here? For example, I have like what there one login page. I'm doing internet banking actually. Internet banking username and password login page is coming. There I entered username and password. I click on like what there login button. My username and password data must be transferred to the server side application or not? Means that my username and password must be transferred in the network or not? Observe carefully. If my username and password is transferring in the network as a plain text data, anybody else can see my data, anybody else can open my account or not? There is a possibility to hack my account or not? So I don't want to send my username and password as a plain text data in the network. I don't want to send that username and password data as a plain text data in the network. I have to send that username and password data as the encrypted data. Encrypted data. At the sender's side, encryption. At the receiver's side, decryption. Where I'm going to change the data, there at other side, we are going to reconvert the data. So here, what we required in the network security, encryption, decryption, algorithms. What we required here, encryption, decryption, algorithms. Java has provided predefined implementations for encryption and decryption algorithms. Java has provided encryption and decryption algorithms effectively. In more effective way, Java has provided now. Are you get my point or not? So the point is what? Network security in the sense Java has provided implementations, predefined implementations to almost to all the network security algorithms as part of security module, as part of what their security module. So by having these many things as part of the security model, by having these many things, we can conclude that Java is what programming language? No, a secure programming language. It is providing implicit security in the form of security manager. It is providing web security by having a middleware service like what there, JAS, and it is providing network security by having predefined implementations to all the network security algorithms as part of the security module. So finally, what we are concluding there, by understanding all, we can conclude that Java is what there, a secure programming language. Yes, sir. All of you are getting it or not? Right, sir. Then what next one here? No. Right, sir. A few more features are available here. Multi-threaded, distributed, and what next one here? Interpretive and high performance. So these topics I will discuss with you on tomorrow. Tomorrow is a Saturday. We have session. Don't miss that session here. I'm going to complete these points here. After that, tomorrow I'm going to talk about Java naming conventions. Where to use uppercase letter, where to use lowercase letter. Slowly we are moving towards a programming part from theory. The basic theory I'm going to complete it now, but slowly we are moving towards what their programmatic part here. Once if I complete these fundamentals now, I'll start how to prepare first application development. Then we are able to get much clarity. Got it or not? Right, sir. That's all for today. We'll see the remaining part and tomorrow. Thank you. Thanks a lot.